Hello, this is Father Rich. I'm here in my car, in the garage, ready to talk about our next masterpiece, number 53, "The Man Born to Be King" by Dorothy L. Sayers. And I'm here because this is the main place that I experienced the medium through which Dorothy Sayers. It's the first one we've heard that used the radio in order to portray the story of Christ. So I actually have a couple books. This is kind of in the spirit of one books that I became alerted to when we were doing our consecration to Joseph at Our Lady of Peace a little less than a year ago. And I had heard of these books, but somebody pushed me to check them out. But Anne Rice wrote two books, Out of Egypt and then The Road to Cana, two novels about Jesus and his life, kind of filling in the blanks, some of the stories that we don't know about Jesus, and trying to make him more real. And this, again, it was the main goal of Dorothy Sayers. She felt like everybody's understanding of Jesus had become so kind of common, and that we become so used to it and commonplace that we failed to really appreciate the realness, the radicalness, the life that Christ desires to bring. Kind of a tedium, so to speak, that she wanted to go beyond what they say is like stained glass windows and Sunday school, cutouts, to go deeper. And I know it'll be shocking, but I'm going to bring up The Chosen. That's certainly The Chosen right now, which is that multi-season, the first multi-season series on Jesus. That's 2 seasons are out right now, and they're working on the third. It has the same goal, to make the story of Jesus real, to fill in some of the blanks. Now, at the time, this was kind of scandalous. They say that there was a law. She was from England, born in the late 1800s. This would come out in 1943, but there was a law that forbid any depiction or of the Trinity on stage. And so, since she was doing radio, technically this wasn't against the law, but a lot of people felt like this was in the spirit of that law, was being violated. They thought it was sacrilegious to try to put the words of the gospel or the Bible in, the slang of the vernacular, the everyday language. So there were the critics, but there were also, she ended up writing 12 stories that that told the story of the gospel, and kind of going deeper into the mindset of the apostles, Mary Magdalene, Jesus, and kind of getting, filling in, so to speak, the blanks between the lines, reading between the lines of the Gospels. So one of her fans, they say, was C.S. Lewis. They say that he wrote her a note saying he read it every Holy Week as a way to enter more deeply into the truth of what the Holy Week was all about. So a radio series now by Dorothy Sayers from England. Now, she was an Anglican. She was born and from an early age showed a great gift for languages. They say she started studying Latin at the age of 7. So she eventually went to Oxford. She was, I think they say, the first woman to get a master's degree from Oxford, which is quite something. She got first woman to ever graduate from the school with a Master of Arts degree. So early on, she wrote novels, a mystery series that was based off an amateur detective, Lord Peter Wimsey, in 1922 all the way to 1935. A series of these books was done well and done effective, but she kind of in the 40s tired of this, the detective fiction, so she started working on religious drama. So she did The Zeal of the House in 1937, He That Should Come, 1938, The Devil to Pay, 1939, The Emperor Constantine, 1951, as well as several influential essays on theology and apologetics, which were gathered in a collection called The Mind of the Maker in 1941. And then, so they say that she was quite a, kind of a theologian. She was pretty sharp with her religious understanding. They say her keen intelligence, command with a sharp wit, and abundant creativity made her one of the most able defenders of traditional Christian orthodoxy in the 20th century. So really high praise for her. But she also found that the Christianity of her time and her landscape of her era, she felt was kind of shallow. And so that was what she was trying to, but she had a strong belief in doctrine. She felt like there was too much emphasis on religious experience, which was kind of part of the trend. She wanted to reinforce doctrine and dogma. She wrote an essay called The Greatest Drama Ever Staged, in which she asserted that the Christian faith is the most exciting drama that ever staggered the imagination of man, and that the dogma is the drama. She feared that people were wanting to make Jesus domesticated in order to make him more palatable to contemporary sensibilities, therefore blunting the very radical nature of what he said and did. So the man to be born king was eventually her response to that. And they say that it really is regrettable that this has been something that's been forgotten, really, that this is a masterpiece that's been kind of lost and forgotten, that there's not much say about it. So hopefully this will help us to, explore it more. I have to admit again that I have not been exposed to it. So we're grateful for Dorothy Sayers' effort to make Christ more real through the medium of radio in her drama called The Man to Be Born King. So that's our 53rd masterpiece. Our next one will be 54, Rome Open City, a film by Roberto Rossellini. So we look forward to that. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day and God bless.